Metro Sports Authority Board of Directors meeting to order. We were publicly noticed to begin at 10:30, and our apologies for getting off a little bit late this morning. We do appreciate everyone's time for joining us, and it is fantastic to be sitting here today in Ford Ice Center, Bellevue. It has been a lot of hard work of several people to get this facility open, and all you have to do is look out on the ice and see all the community, the children playing, enjoying it, and practicing. I had the great joy of coming out for the grand opening, and the community has shown tremendous excitement about this building being here. So thank you to Danny Butler and his team for hosting us today. It is November, so that means our teams, the Titans and the Predators, are very busy utilizing their facilities. And we are also pleased to announce that tomorrow, the Glow Christmas exhibit will begin over at our ballpark, and it continues through December 31st. So that's our first year to have the Christmas exhibit out, and we're looking forward to seeing the ballpark all lit up for the holiday season. Also on Tuesday night, Nashville SC hosted a draft party at Old Red downtown for the MLS expansion, and all the reports that I've heard, it was very well attended, and there's a lot of soccer excitement as well this time of year. Before we begin today's agenda, I do want to take a moment and note the tremendous loss of our colleague Chuck Merriweather, who has served on this board for the last 8 years. Chuck passed away last month. He was a dedicated public servant, a huge giant in the sports community, well known all across this country, and several of us from the board did participate and go to his lovely tribute and service. It was very touching, and in fact, I brought a copy of a program, and I made a few notes because it was such an honor to listen to his friends and family talk about him. And some of the notes that I made, I'd like to share with you. Impact is far-reaching. How he interacted with everyone, he always knew how to make people feel better. He invested in every person he met. There was a lot of talk and comments on the quality of his character, and his two sons offered a beautiful tribute to their father and talked about that they are the men who they are today because they stand on the shoulders of a giant. Chuck was truly a giant in many ways. There was also a note, people might not know what you do, but they remember how you make them feel. Chuck made us feel, all of us touched us in many ways, and it's hard to sit here today without him. So if you would please join us, we will have a moment of silence in his honor and send well wishes to his family. Thank you. I'll pass this around as well. First up, we have consideration of the minutes from our September 19th meeting. You have the minutes before you. At this time, we would entertain any revisions or a motion for approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and properly seconded. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, the minutes are approved. Monica will give us our executive director's report.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being
here this morning. We've already had a busy morning with a couple of committee meetings. We had hoped to have a tour, and our last committee meeting went a little long, so maybe there will be an opportunity to do that, especially for board members who have not yet had a chance to tour the facility. You have the agenda before you. In addition to the committee reports and a brief report on the MLS Stadium, we will hear, we'll do a deep dive into Ford Ice Center and hear what's going on at this facility and also over in Antioch. Kim, I think we're all, thank you for your comments about Chuck, because we sure did love him, and his impact was wide and broad, and it was deep. And I think for those of us who have, I think many of you know my dad was a college basketball coach. And so for those of us who are either in the public eye or have loved ones in the public eye, you get the sacrifices that you make as a family for them to do what they do, and the things that they have to miss because a lot of other people are depending on them. And so to hear Jeremy and Chris say that their dad was the greatest man they've ever known, I think was just so special, and he was, and we love him and miss him, and he had a big impact on me personally, and I'm just thankful for him. The mayor's office has nominated former council member Frank Harrison to fill Chuck's unexpired term. And so he will be up for confirmation before the Metro Council on December the 3rd, and so hopefully will join us at our next meeting. So, but that is it's a short report. We've done a lot of work this morning. If there are any questions, I'm happy to entertain those, but that's all I have.
Thank you, Monica. Seeing no questions, we will move on to our Personnel Committee report. Earlier today, our Personnel Committee met, and our own Vice Chair, Kathy Bender, chaired that committee. So at this time, we'll hear the committee report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Personnel Committee did meet this morning for annual review of our Executive Director, and I would just like to say that the majority of the committee agree that Monica exceeds our expectations, and she does an excellent job. We think that we've had an excellent Sports Authority year to this point, and we did unanimously vote to move forward, and that Monica would receive the open range increase for the current year for Metro, which would be a 2.5% increase. So that would conclude my report, and that is a recommendation from the Personnel Committee. The funds for that increase are included in this year's operating budget, so it is a part of our budget. Thank you.
Madam Chair, I would like to make a motion that the recommendation from the board be accepted, and that we do whatever we can to make sure we keep Monica.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I would just like I didn't attend except on the back end, the Personnel Committee, but I would just like to agree with what you said about the year that we have had as a Sports Authority under the leadership of you, Monica. You have been excellent. You have been exceptional. And I really do appreciate where you lead the organization, your promptness, the responsiveness to board members and to the community and to our facilities. And just thank you very much. You've been amazing. Thank you.
I would also like to note it certainly is a great team, and we do appreciate Quentin and Alicia for all their hard work, and we certainly recognize that as well. Thank you so much. We have a motion, and it was properly seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Ayes have it. Hearing no noes, we will move on. Thank you. We had a busy committee, actually, no, we're moving on to Finance Committee, and that was last month. At this time, we will hear the Finance Committee report. Chairman?
Good morning. The Finance Committee met on Thursday, October 24th. We discussed the Women's Sports Initiative and the formation of a Women's Sports Ad Hoc Committee. Kathy Bender agreed to chair this committee, and an advisory committee chaired by Margaret Bem. The committee agreed that the engagement of a consultant to assist with this initiative would be helpful and gave the staff the green light to look for bids. 2 bids have been obtained, and that'll be discussed, I guess, in the Sports Ad Hoc Committee report. The committee does recommend that the consultant be paid with a portion of the Sports Authority allocations from the Bridgestone Arena, and not to exceed $25,000.
Thank you, Committee Chair John Glassmeyer, from the October 24th committee report. We've heard the report, and at this time, we would entertain a motion to accept the recommendation of the committee.
So move.
Second.
The motion has been made and properly seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Now, thank you so much, John, for your report. Now we will hear from the other committee that met this morning, and that was the Women's Sports Ad Hoc Committee. And our Vice Chair, Kathy Bender, also ran that committee for us this morning. So, Vice Chair?
So as you can see, it's been a busy morning. You've probably heard more from me today, or you will, than you've heard all year. I'm very excited about moving into this next phase with the Women's Sports Ad Hoc Committee. We had our first meeting this morning, and it was a delightful meeting because there was a lot of engagement and conversation, and there's a lot of energy around this time and this space. So I'm very excited to serve as chair. We only had a couple of agenda items. We discussed the advisory board, and we received updates there, but we spent the bulk of our time around the bids that we have received for consultants who will work with this ad hoc committee. And there were 5, I think, bids sent out, and we received bids back from 2 of the consultants. So we discussed ICON and Huddle Up Group. And after a lengthy conversation and lots of input from the entire committee, it is the recommendations from our ad hoc committee to move forward with ICON as the women's sports consultant for this group. So that would be the recommendation from our committee. That's ICON.
Thank you, Vice Chair Bender. That's a good summary from today's meeting, and certainly would entertain a motion based on the committee's report. Motion?
Yes.
Properly seconded. Is there any discussion from this morning?
I do want to say that there's a resolution in your packets that speaks to exactly what the action that the committee is recommending.
Are you trying to have Margaret Darby read something at today's meeting?
Would you like to read the resolution?
I'd like to read that word for you. Thank you.
But and Chairman Glassmeyer in his Finance Committee report did mention how the funds expended for this work would come from Sports Authority allocations from the arena account, and that they are not to exceed $25,000, which is also our Metro's delegated purchasing authority that the department has. So we have put out bids in accordance with Metro's procurement policy, and there is a $25,000 threshold or max on that we need to mention.
Thank you for that explanation. We have a motion that was properly seconded. Any further discussion? Yes?
I'd just like to add that one of the features of this consultant is that they will get back with quite a bit of information that they've listed to us in 8 to 10 weeks, which I think will help continue the momentum that we're feeling in this effort. So that's also great news that this consultant was able to provide this information in that time frame for us.
Any other comments, questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. At this point in our agenda, we have the MLS Stadium update. Our Sports Authority Project Manager, Ron Gobble, is here to give us a report. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Madam Chairman, members of the Commission. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. It's a beautiful facility, by the way, and excellent job. Just a quick update on the Fairgrounds campus. The Expo facility, which we broke ground on about a year ago today, is up and running. We had the big Christmas village there. Just finished that. There's going to the largest flea market of the year was just a few weeks ago, so it's up and moving and ready to go. The stadium design itself is at about 35%. That is being reviewed. We're going through a cost estimating and value engineering process. Everything is pretty much in line with what Ian Ayers mentioned earlier a few months ago about where we were going and what our targets are. There's a lot of things in designing a building of this complexity that you try to work through, and we're trying to work through all the wish list and all the things that everyone would like to have. The infrastructure project is at 30% design. We're going through cost estimating and review of that. Everything is still clicking along, pretty much in line with where we anticipated it to be. And we're continuing to work with the new administration. They have a lot of very good questions. We're answering those questions. And in the meantime, the demolition project of the existing buildings on the Fairgrounds campus has been put in pause, shall we say, just until we can get through this process. But everything's moving, and it's all looking good. Any questions? Yes, sir.
Ron, I have one question. What if the stars aligned just right and we were also able to have a women's team? Would you have to make many adjustments to the construction?
No, I think that there's plenty of, the facilities should be able to handle that without a problem. Of course, you'd have to talk to the team about the operational issues that may go along with that. But I think from the facilities perspective, it should be able to handle that.
Dan?
This demolition pause, is that until such time as you can adequately answer the new administration's questions?
Yeah, and again, we're working through a lot of questions that they have, and when they free us up, we'll be ready to go.
Any further questions or comments for Ron? We look forward to the stars aligning, and
So do I.
thank you for your...
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your support. At this time, we will entertain any questions of the authority with regards to any of our other facilities that are not presenting today. So that would be the ballpark, or any questions for Nissan Stadium. You'll find the facility reports in your binder today. Seeing no questions, we are now at the Ford Ice Center Bridgestone Arena report. It appears as if Danny Butler, the general manager, will begin the presentation today. Thank you, Danny.
I'll begin briefly, and then I'm going to introduce a couple other people. Thanks for coming. Thank you for being a part of kind of the first month that we've been open out here at Ford Ice Center Bellevue, and thank you for everything you've done to help get this building open. I do have 3 speakers today and then a short video that you'll see. One of the speakers you've heard talk before, Mike Skeets, who's our director of hockey, is going to talk about kind of some of the grassroots programs and things that we're doing. Corey Aid, who is oversees our elite figure skating side of things, she's going to come up and speak about kind of the growth of figure skating and why figure skating in Nashville. And then Delaney Collins. Delaney Collins is our new female hockey ambassador. She just moved to Nashville about 5 months ago. She's a hockey champion. She's won championships in a couple different leagues, and she moved here from Canada, and she's excited to talk about women's hockey. So first we're gonna have Corey, then Mike, and then a short video, and then Delaney, and I'll wrap up after that. So Corey.
Hi, good morning. My name is Corey Aid, and as long as I'm up here, as we kind of roll into the Thanksgiving holiday, I'll start by saying that I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here, and as I understand, grateful to all of you and the Sports Authority for its role in making this amazing facility possible. So thank you. I moved here from Colorado Springs after what Scott Hamilton would tell you was an aggressive recruitment strategy to get me here with my vision to make figure skating as a whole a better version of itself. My role here is as the elite figure skating manager, and thanks to Scott and the Predators organization and the Sports Authority, I'm really proud to call this facility home. It's really exciting. This is the best building I've ever been in. I've been all around the world coaching, traveling with athletes, and I can't say enough about how awesome this place is and how excited I am to grow with this organization. I think it's going to be one of the premier training centers for figure skating in the entire U.S., if not in the world, if we position ourselves correctly. I'm working to build a world-class staff and to slowly change the culture of figure skating in the South. It's not typically a place where figure skating is, is received well or welcomed or even necessarily understood. So figure skating is typically Midwest. I'm from Chicago, so I grew up in hockey rinks. And one of the issues that we had in Chicago, I used to be at 7 rinks a day, sometimes coaching, so I would drive with my left skate on and my right shoe on, and what I was essentially doing was dodging public sessions and dodging hockey and dodging learn to skate and really trying to piece together a schedule for my elite athletes. And I found that it didn't facilitate training as much as I wanted it to, and I was really eager when I started out to create champions. It's just my personality to try to make something better of what I found. I'll tell you a really quick story. I coached at one of the most recreational rinks in Chicago when I started out. I have a degree in skeletal biology from Loyola University, so I didn't mean to be a coach. I was just coaching on the side to make a little bit of money to go back to medical school. And my first generation of athletes at this particular very recreational rink, the biggest goal was that somebody would land a single axel and get a solo in the ice show. And so I vividly remember an older coach sitting on the side of the board saying to me, "Don't work so hard. These kids aren't going to the Olympics. These kids are going to college." It was on the North Shore, Highland Park, Illinois, and it's true. All of those kids were going to go to college. They were going to go to a great Ivy League school or some reputable place, and I looked at her and I said, "That's okay. They can go to the Olympics and then they can go to college." And when my first athlete made the Olympic team in 2014, Sochi, she left me a message and said, "Thank goodness that boy found you, because if she had come to me, he would have gone to summer camp and he would have gone to college." So I'm just here to let you know that thank you. Thank you. I'm just here super grateful for the opportunity to have unlimited ice, an amazing facility where I can do off-ice training, an amazing group of people supporting us with a vision, and the ability to take a grassroots program and turn it into something spectacular. So, as you know, we were awarded the bid for the U.S. Championships in 2022, which is very exciting. I don't anticipate being able to take any of the current 9 to 10-year-olds to the next Olympics because the cycle doesn't work that way. But the energy and the excitement that it will generate will certainly change the culture of figure skating here in Nashville. So we're looking forward to the 2026 Olympics, trying to put somebody on that team homegrown. But I can tell you that I certainly would like to have some juvenile, intermediate, and novice skaters represented at that U.S. Championships in a few years. So as I said, I'm here to make amazing things happen, and thanks to all of you. This is the place I want to call home now, so thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Corey. Next up, I believe Mike Skeets.
Thank you for letting me speak to you today. I'm just going to touch briefly on some of the female engagement and grassroots programming that the Predators
Mike, before you begin, you're the Director of Amateur Hockey, is that correct?
Correct.
Excellent. Thank you.
Director of Amateur Hockey and Fan Development.
And what?
Fan Development.
Okay, great.
So I just like to touch base on what the Predators are doing from a grassroots perspective for growing girls hockey, and then also some of the female engagement events that we currently hold at Bridgestone Arena and soon this Fordyce Center Bellevue. So I'm going to start with our Hockey and Heels program. It started in 2013, and over the past few years has grown to a female engagement event where we do a behind-the-scenes look at the Predators organization, and we do it at Bridgestone Arena in the Lexus Lounge, where all the females in attendance get to do a Hockey 101 with some of our Preds broadcasters. They get a special guest, they get a photograph with some Preds players, and then they get a facility tour, which includes a look at the Zamboni and some of our ice technicians, a locker room tour, a shot on net, and then a behind-the-scenes look at our game presentation from our game operations side. So over the past few years, last year we had 210 females attend this event, which is an incredible number and maxed out. We can't hold any more in the Lexus Lounge area, so that's pretty exciting. And then also from a girls' perspective in growing girls hockey, 2 years ago we started our first ever girls hockey weekend. We partnered with USA Hockey and Nashville Girls Hockey, and we did a variety of programming ranging from Try Hockey for Free to skills clinics to a jamboree. Over that entire weekend in February, we had 160 girls-only participants, which is super exciting. The appetite for girls hockey is here in Nashville, and it came pretty obvious to us. Last year, it just so happened to be that it fell on the same weekend that we were going to host the NWHL All-Star Game. So that day, for the Saturday before the skills competition, we held a leadership summit with partnership with Bauer and Play Like a Girl, where we had some girls come out and speak and get questions and answers from the actual All-Stars, a behind-the-scenes look at what their path was through hockey and how they got to where they were today, playing in the youth level, college, and then the pros. And then that next day, we held the NWHL All-Star Game at Bridgestone Arena, which had the largest attendance in their history, which is super exciting for us. And again, shows us that the appetite for girls hockey is absolutely there. So starting last late spring, early summer, we started some girls-only programming, starting with our Girls Goal, which is our Try Hockey for Free program, and then our Girls Little Preds Learn to Play program. So last year, we've seen 117 girls in the Goal Try Hockey for Free program. This year alone, we've already seen 86 girls, and we have half the season left. So girls programming is just beginning here. With the opening of this facility, we've dedicated Tuesday nights to our girls-only goal sessions, Little Preds sessions, and predecessor sessions continue to play. So this is the youth hockey roadmap that we've kind of created for all ice programming. And now with the opening of this facility and more ice, we're able to do it for girl-specific programming. So we're super excited for it to start. We started last month. We had 24 girls in our girl session, and it's only going to grow from there. Last month, we also launched Preds Girls Hockey, which is kind of a female engagement brand club. So girls can sign up for something that's absolutely free. They get some Preds Girls Hockey hair ties, but then they get invited to events like last week we had some Preds players here to sign autographs. They got invited to that. We're looking to invite them to a morning skate later in the spring. So just, again, engaging the females and the girls that want to play hockey, not necessarily girls that do play hockey, maybe just enjoy hockey, and then get them to their fandom to grow, and then potentially getting them to start playing hockey as well. Also last month, we had our first Preds Girls Hockey launch event, which was a skills clinic, try skating for free. We had 80 girls in participation, and that was part of our female ambassador program with Delaney Collins, and she is on board. She'll talk a little bit more about herself in just a minute, but she is here to help us grow girls hockey, and we're super excited to have her. And we have a little bit of a recap video on the event that we did on October 19th.
My name is Delaney Collins. I'm a former Canadian national team member and coach, and I'm here in Nashville now. I was fortunate enough to join the program today and start getting girls in Nashville playing more hockey, getting more exposure through the Nashville Predators. I think it's really critical that we have female coaches, a good female network, and role models for these young girls. They had a really good time today. It was nice to see Lauren Benino out here, and just great support from the Nashville Predators. The kids on the ice today were excellent. They were smiling, they were scoring goals, there was great saves, they were making passes, they were interacting with the coaches, and it definitely served its purpose today to introduce girls hockey on this level. I think we can keep growing this program in particular and girls hockey in Nashville through continued support and exposure, exactly like programs we had today, and support from the Nashville Predators. It's been phenomenal.
So like that video said, we also have Lauren Benino, who is Nick's wife, who played college hockey. She's also going to be involved with us as well, trying to grow girls hockey. But after that, I'm going to introduce Delaney Collins to speak a little bit. Thank you.
No, wait. These past two presentations might have been the most fun I have had sitting here watching this. I want to thank you so much for all you're doing for girls and hockey, and just looking at these girls' faces, it was just amazing. But this has been steadily building. The Predators have been doing this for a while. I really appreciate the history. I really appreciated what you did with the NWHL. Need to get that right. All-Stars, and how y'all, stood up and in quick time made that event what it is. So it's from the professionals to the little girls, and I really, really do appreciate your report. And I'd like a copy of it distributed to all of us. So if you could give your remarks to Monica, I'd like to have it distributed to all the board members so we have it in writing.
Absolutely. I can
Thank
do
you
that.
very much.
No problem. We're happy to do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Next step, it's not often that I have the ability to introduce an ambassador. So Ambassador Collins, welcome.
Wow, thank you. Thank you very much. Full disclosure, I'm not from Nashville. I came here through Canada. I am a former Hockey Canada member, hockey player, and hockey coach, but it is with full excitement that I'm happy to be here today and happy to be in Nashville and growing girls hockey here. Just a little bit of my background. I played for Canada for 11 years from start to finish, so I came through our under-22 national team program. Played with our senior national team and played it throughout the World Championships. I didn't have an easy road with Team Canada by any means. I was 5'3", 130 pounds, playing a very physical and aggressive sport. I ended my career with post-concussion symptoms and missed an entire year of hockey. Ended up retiring in 2011. But that was actually a critical experience for me because having been through that medical situation, it gives me a lot of perspective in the opportunities for the game and how to protect these young females and grow them and give them a safe learning environment and a healthy hockey environment, and using our sport as a vehicle for them to become great women. After retiring from playing hockey, I coached with our national team, our under-22 and our under-18 national team as an assistant coach for 6 years. And on my 7th year with the program, I had coached our under-18 national team. So that's how I finished up my coaching career in Canada. I also work with the International Ice Hockey Federation, and I oversee 43 countries and their skill development. And those countries, they're as far-reaching as India, Mexico, and we, Finland, Sweden, all of the typical hockey-based countries, but we've extended a lot of hockey information to a lot of countries that are now participating in girls hockey, so that's outstanding. Having said that, it really goes without saying, I'm incredibly happy to be here. I'm throwing as much energy as I can out into this arena, into the opportunities that I've been given, and I'm happy to use my background with Hockey Canada and help grow the game for girls in Nashville. As you saw in the video, we had that opportunity to step on the ice with a skill development program, and it excites me with what Mike is talking about in the growth of the program. You have to start somewhere. You have to have exposure. And I'm also seeing the importance of female role models, females working with females. I jumped on the ice with the U19 Girls Predators hockey program as a skills coach. The head coach is female, the assistant coach is female, and as you know, I'm female. And when you get an all-female staff like that, you're really empowering these young girls with that type of role model. Not one, but three on the same ice. So that's been incredibly valuable. And Lauren Bonino, wife of Nick Bonino, stepping on the ice with me for that skill session was also incredibly empowering because we know each other through mutual friends, and we see those females working together. It gives a great vision for these young girls. It gives them hope, it gives them encouragement, and it gives them, again, that safe learning environment where they can use hockey as a vehicle for their growth and development. I'm really happy to be here. I do believe that Nashville, through the support of the Nashville Predators, is going to produce its first Olympian. Okay? We don't have a female Olympian coming out of this city and out of this program, but it's only a matter of time when you have this support. I've seen it in so many countries. When you work from skill development up, and safe learning environments up, and girls tell their friends, and their brothers play, and they want to play, and their moms play, and their aunts play, and their grandmas are watching, and we have that female following. It's just a breeding ground for opportunity for young females. So I'm truly blessed, honored, happy to be here. I'm at the disposal of Mike and all of his colleagues to get out there, get promoting the sport, growing the sport, using this wonderful facility, and using my background. But I want to just say thank you for having me here today. This is super cool, and I really, truly do appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Questions?
What times is it? You said Tuesday night? Is it?
Yeah, Tuesday nights. From 5 till 8:30, I believe. 1 second. 7:30 is way off. Way off.
Love to see information on that. Thank you so much. Really exciting. Looks like, yes, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
And welcome to Nashville.
All right, I'm back. I apologize because those are 2 or 3 actually really hard folks to follow up. Let's put it on record now. I am very thankful for Corey and Delaney being here. I mean, to have 2 world-class athletes and coaches is unbelievable, especially in our facility. It shows the commitment and belief that they have in what we've done in Nashville, but we're really appreciative of that, but definitely also of what Mike is doing. You know, he's kind of a little bit behind the scenes, and unfortunately for him, he's not a world-class athlete. He's pretty good, but he's created some really great programs and really taken what we've done the first couple of years, you know, and really kind of accelerated that. So really thank you for all of you guys, and thank you for putting the faith in our organization to be a part of it. It really is big. Corey hit it on a little bit, but we're going to host the 2022 Nationals, both at Bridgestone Arena and here at Bellevue Fordyce Center. At Bridgestone, it's going to be all the tournaments and all the hoopla and the fun stuff. What's going to be really cool is all the athletes, when they're not skating at Nationals during that week, they're going to be out here practicing for that week. So you'll have they'll play in both facilities, which will be a lot of fun. And again, you'll see Olympic athletes coming out of Nashville. Now, they're not Nashvillians, but they will be in Nashville skating and then going to the Olympics just a few weeks later, which is really exciting to see. So a lot of you have been here for a long time, so I will make this as brief as possible. I just kind of want to go over some of the things that we have done in the few weeks that we've been open, and then kind of some of the differences between Fordyce Center Bellevue and Fordyce Center Antioch. But we opened about 6 weeks ago, October 4th. It was a Friday morning. At about 7 o'clock, at 7:30, we hosted our first hockey game. We had a 35-team tournament that weekend, so our soft opening was pretty much a bang. So we kind of jumped right in. We had a parent ask us, hey, this building's pretty nice. When did you guys open? They were the first team playing. We said, about 7 minutes ago. So it really was exciting. The next weekend, which was actually our grand opening weekend, we hosted another tournament. We also had about 2,500 of our closest friends out here for the announcement. So it was a beautiful day, and Kim, thanks for coming out and being a part of that. And it really was exciting, and everybody who came out. It was a very fun day. But again, we hosted a 30-team tournament the second weekend we were open. We took a week off after that, and then we hosted, we weren't off, the building was open, but we didn't host a tournament. The next weekend we hosted the USA Adult Hockey Classic, which is a fun event. It was the first event we ever hosted in Fordyce Center, Antioch, and then this time we hosted it here in Bellevue, in Antioch, and they also played at Centennial Sportsplex. So we had 75 adult league teams in Nashville from all over the country, just hanging out, having a good time playing hockey, and drinking some beer downtown, because the adults love to do that. This weekend we have a fun one. It's called the Boom Boom Classic. It's Boom Boom Jeffreyon is the grandfather of Blake Jeffreyon. I think that's right. Is that right? Blake Jeffreyon was a Nashville Predator alumni who played with us. His grandfather has put on this tournament, or his father has also helped put on this tournament the last handful of years. It's a fun one because it's an older tournament, so it's for adults 45 and up. So you have the ages of like 45 to like 85 playing in this tournament. So it's a lot of fun to get these teams out there and playing. And again, they'll play here and they'll play at Centennial Sportsplex, which is another great tournament. One of the most exciting things that we do have coming up kind of in the short term is next weekend, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday after Thanksgiving. I put it kind of in front of you, but we have the Country Classic, which is a all-girls hockey tournament. So it's kind of two parts. There's a youth tournament aspect to it, so there's 25 teams coming for the youth tournament, and then there's a NCAA Division I component to that. So we have 4 NCAA Division I women's college hockey teams coming here. Not only that, it's the #1 ranked team, the #2 ranked team, the #6 ranked team, and the #9 ranked team in the country playing in Bellevue. You know, if that was at Nissan Stadium and it was a football game, tickets would be going for $500 a ticket. So it really is exciting that these 2 teams are going to be out, or these 4 teams, excuse me, are going to be out here. They're coming in on Wednesday. They're coming to the Preds game Wednesday night. They're going to practice on Thursday. They'll play games on Saturday and Sunday. So there's an opportunity to come out and see really good hockey both next Friday and Saturday. So that's going to be a great event. And on top of it, they want to host it annually. You know, we haven't even hosted the event yet, but the director of hockey for Harvard, he's the one kind of putting this on. He came out a few weeks ago, showed him what we do at Bridgestone, showed him the new facility, and he said, let's do this every year. Let's figure out how to make it bigger and bigger and bigger. And we haven't even hosted a game yet. So it is exciting to see that they want to be in Nashville and they want to keep growing it. And again, it's teams that are, I mean, the closest team is probably 1,000 miles away from here, and yet they're still coming to Nashville. So really is a fun time. So those are kind of all the events we have in the past. We have a ton booked for the future. I've talked about those in the past. Everything we've done in Antioch, we're just doing out here and kind of increasing what we've done. So let's just turn a little bit, and just some differences that you see out here, Bellevue to Antioch. First, it's a little bit quieter here than it is when we host our meetings in Antioch. So the building's about 25,000 square feet bigger, all in. You kind of see that in this space that we're in. Where you guys were meeting earlier, those party rooms, we reshuffled a couple things. The seating over here on Rink 1, we have seating for 1,000 people, which allows us to host these games. If we only had the 300 or 400 seats like we do in Antioch, we wouldn't have been able to host, but now that we have it, we're able to host it. A lot of what we're doing is also green. We have electric Zambonis. All our lighting, every single light fixture in the building is LED, so definitely energy efficient there. Our HVAC systems are performing better, so it definitely is a greener facility, and that is all just changes that have happened in the last 5 years that allowed us to get there. A couple things, we do have 12 total locker rooms. We only have 8 in Antioch, but that allows us to host more teams, have more teams in the building. And then we have a weight and a workout facility downstairs that's designed for team-specific use. So what that allowed us to do is we do have 3 teams that are housed, 3 elite travel hockey teams that are housed out of here now. So they practice here in the morning. Some of you saw it early, and then they'll work out and finish their day here. That's really exciting. And what's really fun too is MTSU and Vanderbilt have both had club hockey teams for a long time. MTSU's just came back about 5 years ago, but they both played out of Antioch. What's really fun now is they've separated. Vanderbilt's playing out of here. MTSU's home rink is now in Antioch. So they both have their own home facilities that they can call their home, bring their fans to. When they know they're playing a home game, this is where they're coming. So it's given them an opportunity. And the one big thing that we did is we didn't want to compete with any of our programs that we were doing in Antioch to Bellevue. So our Learn to Skate program in Antioch is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays. Here it's Monday, Wednesday, Sundays. Youth hockey is Saturday, Sunday in Antioch. Here it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So you have the opportunity to either pick where you want to play or play in both. And it really is just because we didn't want to cannibalize anything and just give the opportunity for people to play anywhere they wanted to. And then lastly, the building was built in about 10 months. We broke ground last July on the hottest day of the year. It was awful. But we really didn't start moving dirt until last December, and we opened October 4th. So with that, I really want to say thank you to everyone here for helping make that happen. It really was important to be open in the month of October so we can start a hockey season. It's hard to start in November, December because teams are already halfway in. It's hard to book. They don't want to commit to ice if they don't know the building's going to be ready. But that October commitment date to being open was very important, and I appreciate everyone's help kind of getting us to that point. And then finally, we love being a part of this community. I talked about it in our groundbreaking, but Bellevue's a fun community. It's funny, they come and just walk around the building all day long. I don't know why, but they just walk in, walk around. But we've also committed to a lot of things. We meet with the Bellevue Chamber all the time. They host a meeting a month out here already, and we've only been open a month and a half, but they've hosted 2. We're going to host a crawfish boil in the spring with the Bellevue Chamber, just to do different things that are not ice related, right? And we want to be partners in the community, and that's what we're committed to. So again, thank you for the opportunity for allowing us to have this facility. Thank you for coming out, and if you have any questions about anything, happy to answer them. Nothing? No, 2?
Just one comment.
Oh, all right.
It seems like you guys are always thinking outside of the box. You don't just do what you've always done. You always try to come up with something that's better, and the community has improved, and they are just happy about you being here.
I mean, that's part of it, right? We could be just an ice rink and open doors and let people play hockey, and then we would only need about 6 full-time employees to do that. We have 25 full-time employees and about 100 part-time employees because of things like Mike's doing. Mike has a staff of, I think, 7 underneath him. We have 7 full-time employees because we're not just in our walls. We try to go outside and try to keep growing those things. And what we've done with Delaney and having Corey here, it's not, we could have just said, all right, we'll open the doors, come if you want to. If you don't, we'll figure it out. But it was important to us to keep growing and keep pushing and keep driving. And that's why Delaney and Lauren came and Corey are here now. So, sorry, I'm just going around.
Yeah, I'm thrilled to hear the community's just walking in and checking it out. I'm wondering, how are you, I mean, obviously you're doing work with the chamber, but how are you promoting it as being available and open to the public?
Yeah, I mean, the good part is we do have the mega machine of the Preds. So everything we do, we promote ourselves within our games, in broadcast. We do have billboards all around the city. And plus our social media presence is important too. So, we have a great following. We have our own marketing person. Again, there's not many rinks in the country that have a dedicated marketing person to their facility. So it is just anything we can do to make noise. But things like hosting this event next weekend, it's going to put us on a national stage in that sense. These teams are going to want to come back. Their men's teams will come back. Does it bring other sports? Does it bring baseball or football or something else to the town too? So it really is just kind of, you do the right thing and more people will keep coming too, so. Uh-oh.
This facility is beautiful.
Thank you.
I mean, when you walk in, I mean, the lights and the colors and the way it's designed, it's beautiful. So congratulations to you all. And thank you really for a great presentation today. Impressive, very impressive people working here, and their commitment really shows. And you've really reached really to the top echelon of particularly the women who were presenting to us today. So it really shows what you want to occur and where you want to go with both programs. And so I really appreciate very much what you all are doing.
Absolutely. No, thank you. And again, you said top echelon of, I was going to stop you in the middle of it. We haven't reached the top echelon of where we want to be yet on that side, but we do have unbelievable employees who are willing to make that happen and are willing to drive the bus to keep going with it. So thank you. I mean, the guidance that we have been given, kind of led some stepping stones to that, but it was a lot of fun. So thank you for coming out and the opportunity.
Did I understand you correctly to say that you got 4 ranked teams coming in here next weekend for?
Yeah, it's literally 1, 2, 6, and 9 in the country.
I've just got to ask, who is one?
It's Minnesota, Wisconsin, Boston College, and Harvard.
Okay.
That ranking. So 1, 2, 6, 9. Is that?
I mean, that's extraordinary.
99%. That's correct.
It's really extraordinary to have that quality of a tournament first 7 weeks.
And it is fun. And Harvard even expected. Harvard was like, we're going to be the worst one out of all of these teams, and we're not going to be ranked. But they're, I think, 7-0 right now. So they're coming in and feeling pretty confident about themselves. So.
One last question. You made the comment that they're already talking about making this an annual event. What do we got to do to lock them down?
Well, we'll do that next weekend when they're back in town. But I think, we showed him a good time. We showed Sean a good time when he came out a couple weeks ago. We showed him Broadway. We showed him Preds game. Showed him the facility, and I think we can make this happen pretty often because I think it is not easy enough to do, but easy enough to do. So.
Thank you, Danny.
Thank you. Anyone
Appreciate
else?
it. Great report.
Thank you so much.
Okay, it's been a very good meeting. I think it really is helpful to step foot in each of our different facilities. I hope this is a tradition that we can continue. It's good for all of us to come out and learn from each other. There's so much collaboration with the group of people that we consider partners and our teams. And it is a commitment to come here each month or wherever we are, I guess. Your time is valuable. Thank you for making this a priority. I think we're doing so many good things because it is a priority of us all working together. So thank you so much. We are scheduled for our next meeting to be Thursday. We try to meet on the third Thursday of every month at 10:30. At times we have to adjust that, but the plan is to continue such, and we are scheduled for December 19th. Since it's the holidays, and if there's an opportunity to change that meeting or not have to have it, we will try to do so. But please continue to hold that on your calendar for now. And
It's her birthday.
oh, on the 19th?
December 19th.
19th.
We'll be sure to celebrate on your birthday in some way. So happy birthday in advance. And I'm just honored to sit here with all of you. It has been a joy to get to know everyone and just to sit here and reflect of the people that we've had the honor of serving with, the people we're going to continue to work beside and with. And I'm sure Councilman Harrison will be a great addition. And I'm excited for what 2020, can't believe it, has in store. Happy holidays to everyone. And at this time, seeing no other business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Thank you. We are adjourned.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information about this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.